Hey, what's up, good people? How you doing? Welcome back to Stock Up with Larry Jones. Take a second, follow the prompter below, hit the like, click the subscribe, click, and the notification bell. Click. My name is Larry Jones. This is the family known as Stock Up. If you're new to the page, we keep it positive here. Remember, anything we say is not a suggestion for you to buy, hold, or sell. And be careful of any comments, any spam in the comments. I got my boy Josh Nichols with me from Stocks with Josh. We changed the name to Stocks with Josh. This is Technical Tuesday. I'm going to front end this with a little VLTA news, and then we're going to turn it over to Josh. So we know by now, I made a video. If you didn't see it, I made a video last week explaining why VLTA tanked. And that's because two of the CEOs, founding CEOs, left the company. So you leave your own company abruptly, that's a red flag. So, of course, the stock price fell and they kept pushing back their earnings. So let's read a little bit. VLTA, an industry-leading global EV charging network, powered vehicle, and commerce, today announced preliminary revenue of approximately $12 million for its fourth quarter 2021. That's up 45% year over year, and revenues of $32 million for the full year ended December 31st, 2021, up 66% year over year. Total stalls, that means charging stations themselves, connected as of December 31st, 2021, was 2,330 charging stations. So we are up 7% on VLTA, right? And whenever I look at VLTA, I like to do a comparisons. So let's look at ChargePoint. And as we can see, ChargePoint is up 4%, 4.31. VLTA's up 6.40. So for those of you that were holding VLTA like myself, I know you were happy to see that. All right, Josh, what do you think about VLTA?
Well, VLTA, we got to ask ourselves, is it a problem? Are we getting bad technicals? Is it looking bad, Larry? And I'm going to say no. So VLTA's actually looking pretty good to me. And so far, it's doing what we said it would do last time we talked about it, okay?
Yep.
So let's go into the charts, and I'm going to point out a few things. All right, to start, we drew this trend line quite a while ago. And, that is our support line, right? And so that has not been broken. We had the bad news, and it obviously came down, and we got a new level of buying volume that's demonstrated over here. And we also have had a couple green, larger candlesticks, right? So there's different ways of looking at volume. We have this volume, which shows sort of an overall average supportive volume here on the left-hand side. But we have daily volume down here, and we're looking for, these recovery green bars, which we got, right? So, we would not want to see this break through this support line. We didn't. We talked about that the other day.
Right.
We didn't want to see it break this. It hasn't. Matter of fact, it came down to it, and we got a bounce. That's exactly what we're looking for.
Mm-hmm. So the bulls are taking over.
Bulls are taking over, right? Now, here's what we're still looking for that we need to get out of the charts for VLTA to rebuild or to build up our confidence, right? We need to see this come back into this range. This is the largest area of support. Now, it could face a little resistance, but if it came back into this range and continued to consolidate, I would say that it's positive. And we're really just waiting on that news regarding the CEO to see if this is going to pop. I don't think I've noticed from the fundamentals. You and I talk about this that when a company has a fall like this, sometimes the fundamentals they'll just load up on the bad news.
Absolutely.
We've even seen them create news that is fake.
Exactly.
Right. So a lot of folks are learning. And I just want to kind of really do a small review. Up here at the top of the page, you have a section called Indicators. It'll give you this pop-up screen. We're going to type in RSI. It stands for Relative Strength Index. We're going to select the first one, and it gives us the RSI. I'm just going to quickly point out that even though the stock has hit its lowest low in the history of the stock, What do we see down here where everybody's learning this alongside of us? We see bullish divergence.
Yes.
If we would be afraid if when this stock hit its lowest low that the momentum of selling was lower, then we would say, hey, this is a falling knife. But what keeps it from being a falling knife for us is that the momentum of sellers is not as low as it had been earlier. That's bullish divergence. So again, I'm just going to recap on Volta. Right now, I'm not seeing anything to warn the good people about. I would actually say that I feel comfortable adding to my position here. It held the trend line. We have bullish divergence. If we get a break below the trend line, we're going to have to come back and let people know. But for now, we're fine.
Right. So you guys hear that. We look at the technicals. And if you want to learn how to do technicals, Josh and myself did. A lot of you guys are leaving a ton of positive comments. We appreciate that. On Josh's page, I'm going to leave a video right here in this box. So you'll see a video. He's actually going to continue this session on Tuesday night. All right. So tonight you'll see a video on his page, and he's going to cover what are some of the stocks in crypto you're going to cover over there.
We're going to touch briefly on AMC. We made spot on predictions for AMC, and I have a couple other things I think the people need to know.
Okay.
I think there's some interesting things to watch there.
Okay. So that will be on his page tonight. So make sure you go over there and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get noticed. And if you want to learn more about charting, we got some tools over there for free over on Stocks with Josh. All right. Hey, let's you know what? Let's cover XRP right
okay,
quick.
Let's jump into it.
Okay.
I just want to talk about XRP for a moment. We about a year ago, I don't know the exact date when they entered into this lawsuit. A lot of influencers, a lot of analysts, a lot of traders took a step back from it, didn't want to touch it, with a 10-foot pole. Right. It was under the heavy hand of government, right?
Yeah, over a year ago.
Yeah, but I think it's time to talk about XRP from the standpoint of that's coming to conclusion.
Yeah.
And in a way, if you don't own a little bit of XRP, it's almost silly at this point.
Yeah.
So what I just want to point out, obviously we've had a very non-exciting volume level. So one of the things that we're going to look for is an extremely dominant candlestick, right? And we're also going to want to see that pair up with a very high volume bar, okay? So the charts are not saying it's time to buy, right? But if you don't decide if you want to take a position in XRP, by the time the charts do tell you that, it's probably going to be too late. And you're going to be kicking yourself. And I'm not, I'm just telling you what I feel for my own acquiring, right? We've had the opportunity to acquire this at low prices, 70 cents, 75 cents. Right now it's at 82 cents. There's been a lot of opportunity.
Got in, I think it was in the 20s. It was like 23 cents or something.
Yeah, when we first started looking at it.
Yeah.
So just a couple of things. I'm going to just go over the charts here, just so you guys have some things in the back of your head. So one of the things that we obviously are waiting on and looking for is a breakout above 90 cents. Okay, so that's where we want to see it go. I want to point out to you that we are currently up against a very well-defined line of resistance. So, it's already come down and hit that, this being the fourth time. Right, so we have to ask ourselves. We keep hearing more and more news come out that this lawsuit is possibly coming to a close. So, are we going to take from here another dip down, right? Another buying opportunity and squeeze even harder over here, or are we imminently at a point of breakout? I lean towards believing that that we could be imminently at a point of breakout. Now, a lot of you are probably sitting there saying, "Hey, I'd love to get some XRP. It's not available on Coinbase." There is the issue of where to get it, right? And but I mean, there's a lot of news articles out right now that a lot of the exchanges are quietly acquiring it so that they have their bags full, so that when this lawsuit is over and they relist it, they can make a lot of money. So at this point, don't sleep on XRP. The time of waiting to see how this lawsuit would go, in my opinion, I mean, we're right on the 11th hour now.
So here, it was number two. It was the number 2 crypto by market cap. Look at that. And XRP has provided everything they've asked for, and XRP wants to go ahead and get this over with and end it. And the SEC, it keeps trying to prolong it, and they, it's a done deal.
And the entire time, XRP has been making headway in their alliances with large banks.
Yes, and
development of the blockchain, and so all of that's not been priced in.
Right.
All of those successes have been nerfed by the lawsuit.
They've been under a lawsuit, but they've kept working like they want.
Here will be the next thing that everybody is going to need to give some thought to. Okay, so they decide to get into XRP,
right?
And how far close to the moon is XRP going to hit?
To the moon. I'm one of the. You're going to get numbers all over the place. I think I'm conservative. I think it will quadruple.
You know what? Without you and I talking, and we didn't talk about it, that was my exact sentiment.
Okay.
Right. And I want to just point out to people, we obviously had an all-time high. I think it was 394. I'm going by memory, right?
Right.
I mean, we've seen this thing come down during this bearish trend. We've seen it come down 3 times to 53 cents, right? And we've seen it come down to the low 70 range, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, over a dozen times, right? And so I'm just going to say, we're probably popular with the XRP army for talking about XRP tonight. Yeah. But now this is where the popularity might fall off the cliff a little bit.
It might, yeah.
Because I'm not going to suggest to anybody that they should hold XRP to 10,000. I've heard crazy numbers.
It's insane. It's insanity. Same thing happened with SHIB. Same thing happened with Doge. SHIB is going to $10. Doge is going to $150. AMC, I'm not selling my AMC until I get 10,000. Let's not do that with this, good people. Don't do that.
I think there's an opportunity to 3x your money and maybe more. But I know that I'm going to look for a 3x of my money at a bare minimum, and then I'm going to see how it performs on the charts. And I'll tell you guys that if this launches and this takes off and we all make a big bag on XRP, and we're going to come back in here later and tell you, okay, it's time to take profits. Let's look at the new place to buy on the dip.
You guys know I'm going to be talking about profit taking, right? And so this is what I want you to understand the risk. Generally, company has lawsuit, investor turns and run the other way. That's normally what happens, okay? But so in this case, I'm not turning and running because I've been following this for so long now. So I want you to understand that if you do not have it, I want you to understand the risk. You are investing in a company that is currently under a lawsuit by the SEC. So I just have to say that.
And I'll throw out one more thing. One of my concerns in investing in XRP is the listing and delisting.
Yes.
Okay. So, we've had some, concerns and some scares about our bags of XRP because all of a sudden one day they're not showing up correctly in the account.
Yeah.
Because all of a sudden they've been delisted. So there's a lot of moving things around, but that actually is a bullish sign. And you and I know
it is.
We think the same way.
We think the same way.
It's a bullish sign because these exchanges are getting ready. They're positioning themselves.
And think about think about the exchanges that have taken birth since this has been going on.
It's true.
Right? So let's just say FTX started offering it. Let's say Webull starts offering it.
There's all these
all of these
groups that
various
it's opening up to
groups that
had not been able to sell it before to their millions
that never had it
of customers.
Now we know Coinbase had it and it got delisted, but these other platforms never had it. So just think about how many platforms that you will be able to buy it from once it's legit. So hey, let's just cut it off right there. Hey, good people, I want you to make sure you check out these links below. I gotta tell you about 2. Moo has a promotion going on. Actually, you can get up to 12K in free stock. I want you to read it because it changes from time to time. I think I'm saying that right. And then Webull, you can get up to $9,600 worth of free stock by depositing $1. You're going to get 5 free stock, okay? With both of them, you're going to get 5 free stock. But you have to read all of these promotions, right? So a lot of people are just signing up, depositing $100, depositing $1, and getting their free stock. You're getting more in free stock than the $1. So take advantage of those links below. We're going to leave it right there, Josh. Listen, tonight, I want you to go to Stocks with Josh. I'm going to leave a link right here. I'm actually going to leave a video, and you just click there. You'll be on his page. Subscribe. Hit the notification bell. We'll see you guys tonight. Live, love, laugh, and learn. Man, we got to get you a sign off, man. Just roll from the top of your head.
Always it's in the bottom of my heart to encourage, because I believe that people can do the charts. I know it's hard, but I believe with a little bit of exposure and building your confidence, you can do it. I want to educate and I want to inspire people.
So expose,
to encourage, educate, and inspire.
Say that again, man. Look at the camera.
To encourage, to educate, and inspire you to begin to build generational wealth.
Peace. We'll see you later.